Welcome to the second episode of Popcorn Perspectives. I'm Lailey.
And I'm Haylee. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Pixar movies Monsters, Inc. and Monsters, Inc. University.
Monsters, Inc. was released in 2001, while Monsters University wasn't released until 2013.
On today's episode, we're going to be having Aurora Jelliff on with us, but before that, let's recap the movies. First, a recap of Monsters, Inc. The power of scares generates the electricity for Monstropolis. As kids are becoming harder to scare, the monsters must try even harder to find new ways to scare them. This leads to Sully entering a door late one night and accidentally letting a child into the monster world. As Sully and Mike try to get Boo back through the door, Randall, who is Boo's designated monster, is also trying to find her. Randall accidentally kidnaps Mike instead of Boo. In an attempt to torture Mike into giving up Boo, he learns about the machine designed to extract screams from the kids. Mike and Sully work to stop Randall's plan and safely return Boo to her room. Through this, they learn the power of laughter instead of fear.
Now for a quick recap of Monsters University. Monsters University shows the story behind Mike and Sully's friendship. They met while going to college at Monsters University. In the beginning, they were competitors, constantly trying to one-up each other, until an incident caused them to both get kicked out of the scaring program. When they were presented the opportunity to get back in, they had to work together to teach themselves and a team of monsters to get through the scare games. Despite the odds, their team won. However, it was due to Sully's cheating. As Sully admits to what he's done, Mike is getting himself into his own trouble to prove he's scary. This leads to them both getting expelled. However, through this, they have developed an incredible friendship that manages to seem their situation seem not so bad.
Hi, thank you for joining us today.
So we had you watch the Monsters, Inc. Monsters University, and now we're just going to talk about Easter eggs and other fun facts about them. Yep. Do you want to start with the Easter eggs?
Yeah, I can.
So what does Monsters, Inc. have to do with Easter eggs?
Well,
do you know what Easter eggs are?
Yeah.
like hidden things in the movie.
Oh, I didn't know there's Easter eggs in the movie.
There's Easter eggs in every movie.
Mm-hmm.
In every movie?
Every
Easter
Pixar
eggs?
movie. Mm-hmm.
I never knew that.
Okay, so
Wow.
when Mike first opens his locker,
Yeah.
you can see a bunch of sticky notes, and it's telling him not to forget to turn in his paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And that was right after he had forgotten to turn in his paperwork.
Yikes.
That's me.
I would not want to be him.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like that's something I would do, because like I'll set like a note timer, and then it'll pop up like I'm not on my phone, and then like I don't do whatever I wanted to do, but the time's already passed, and I finally go on my phone, and then I see a notification.
So
Like, darn.
well, shucks. There are lots of old Disney posters that are all like throughout the film,
Mm-hmm.
just from other movies.
Yeah.
Just
And
for the
then
fun of
some
it.
of them are like from the park.
I'm so oblivious. I
don't notice any of them.
Actually, they're really far in the background. I think the only reason I see some of
Now
these
I know all
is
this, I
because
have to go rewatch it.
So yeah, the only reason I know that I've seen some of these is because I look for them while I watch the movie.
So when we're planning, I write our script and she does all these. So I don't know I don't know any of them until.
But I do.
But she also doesn't know our script until we get here at a show. But we're doing great.
A113 is in every Pixar movie
Do you know what
other
everything
than
is?
this one. No. So A113 is the room number
At Cal Arts.
At Cal Arts of the art students that usually go on to work for Disney.
So it's hidden in like all of their movies, but
And
it's
this is
not
the
in
one
this
that
one.
they're not in.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So while we're on A113, A113 is the scare room door.
That's wouldn't that mean it's in the movie? Or is that in Monsters
That's in Monsters
University?
Oh,
So,
so Monsters, Inc. doesn't have it?
but
No.
Monsters University does. And then the Hidden City Cafe, that's actually named after the cafe that the creators were in and made the movie in.
Oh.
That's why it's named Hidden City Cafe.
And where was this made at?
It's Monstropolis. Right? That's what it is?
I think so.
Monstropolis? Monstropolis, as in like monsters. It's not an actual city.
Mm-hmm.
It's like funny games.
The only thing that was actually like meaningful, that was named meaningfully, is the cafe.
Okay, so when
That's the
Randall
next one.
is demonstrating his invisibility skills, he camouflages into Andy's wallpaper from Toy Story, like symbolizing that he might be Andy's monster?
Because they're all like assigned to certain people. So
Yeah.
if he has Andy's wallpaper,
So it's connected to Toy Story too?
Yeah.
A lot of
a
Disney
lot of
movies
them
are.
are connected to Toy Story because Toy Story is so big.
Yeah. Like pretty much every movie made after Toy Story is gonna have some connection.
Yeah, I've heard about some of the stuff online before.
Yeah.
How, like a lot of like Disney and Pixar movies are related to that.
So you know how there's a code for George Sanderson. Do you remember it, like off the top of your head? That they like yell all the time and then they like tackle him.
I don't know. No.
Isn't it 2319? Isn't that how they like yell it? 2319, 2319.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. So
The one guy who keeps getting a sock on his back.
Oh,
And every time they have to call for a child, they go 20. Yeah. You're saying.
yeah, so if you assign a number to every letter, so like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, W ends up being 19, or 23 is W, and then 19 is S, so it's white sock.
That's funny. That's cool.
Yeah, that's smart.
So every time this number gets called and he gets tackled, he has a white sock on him.
I wonder.
All of the office supplies are monster themed, having teeth, horns, claws, and more.
I've noticed that.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice that. I was completely oblivious to that
I
one.
think you see it the most in Roz's office.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I think that's where I saw it the most. One of the doors says Inhuman Resources instead of Human Resources. It's like labeled.
That's funny.
I thought it was funny,
I like that.
personally.
In the restaurant, there's a painting of Nemo, hinting so their next movie was Finding Nemo after.
I think so.
I wonder if anyone picked that up before Finding Nemo was actually made.
Can I Google the release date of Finding Nemo?
While you're Googling that, so there's a famous pizza truck in every single movie. And the famous pizza truck,
Oh, it's a 2003 film.
so it was the next movie,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. And the pizza truck is right next to the trailer that they banish Randall to.
Randall's banished to a trailer.
Yeah, he gets like banished in the movie.
Yeah, doesn't he like
I knew he got banished,
Yeah,
but I
he
didn't know it
gets-
was to a trailer.
Well, he gets banished
thrown
and
through that door
it
Yeah.
ends up leading into
to a trailer, and they're like, "Oh, another gator got in the house," and then they start
Oh.
beating him like he's a gator.
Yeah.
So next to that trailer, there's the pizza truck.
I have noticed that there's pizza trucks in like a lot of like those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boo signs the artwork that she made Mary at the bottom, so like signifying Mary's her real name,
Mm-hmm.
which you don't find anywhere else in the movie.
Yeah,
Like, she's just
I
real.
didn't see anything.
I didn't know that.
On Don Carlton's business card, the address is 1200 Dark Ave,
Mm.
and that refers to the address of Pixar Studios.
Oh. That's cool. The pizza truck is at the party.
That's
I don't
in
know.
Monsters University, where they have that big party.
Oh.
Wait, I think I know what truck they're talking about.
Yeah, the one from Toy Story, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The Pixar ball is in the sewer of the Scare Games. I didn't notice that, but like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, and then there's in the other movie there's
Monsters University?
yeah it's such a big word. There's also sticky notes in his locker at Monsters University. So it was a habit that he carried on to work.
Because Monsters University is the prequel, even though it was released later.
Yeah.
Because it's the story of their
Yeah,
cute little friendship.
Yeah, because you can tell because like why would they go to college after they're like already like adults and stuff.
Or for the fact they're best friends in Monsters Inc. and hate each other. Monsters.
Yeah.
The school has a real website that you can like go and sign up.
To go?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you can't like actually
You can't actually go,
attend, but you can like make a little student
Should
nation.
we try that right now?
Could we?
but we can. That's the actual website. And you can like
Click link
click.
again.
I forget forget where I went, but you can actually like try to log in. Students maybe?
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was, but you can actually like log into it. And some people have like tried guessing what their logins would be
Oh,
and stuff, which was
that's
cool.
cool. So, switching topics, which one's your favorite? If you had to pick.
Between University and Ink.
Yeah.
University.
Honestly, it's a tough one.
I know.
They're both really good movies. I think I'd pick University.
I think so too.
I think University is just so more complex with so much more going on. And then like the first one is just boo.
Oh,
I feel like it'll keep you more
Yeah,
entertained.
and there was it, I think it's like 12 years between the release dates. And part of that was it just took so long, like they just didn't have the idea at first, and they spent about 5 years like making new technology and improvements and like developing that story. So I feel like not only was, that 12 years technology improved so much in the early 2000s, but also like it really took their time to create that, which is super cool.
I also feel like in Monster University, there's so many more characters they focus on.
Yeah.
Where in Ink is just like, there's the same main
There's a
characters.
few people and then boo.
Boo.
That's it.
Yeah.
So speaking of characters, who would you say is your favorite?
I don't know, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I like Roz and like Sully.
Yeah.
I like those two characters.
Loki,
I don't really have like a favorite one because
I
like
really like
I'm not,
Squishy.
I'm not really that like attached to all the characters.
Yeah.
If
No,
that
mine's
makes
gonna
any
be
sense. But,
Mike.
like,
Aurora. That's okay. He's a cutie. I like Squishy. He's so like just sweet. Just there.
No, because Mike is just like,
He's a little comedian. He's great.
I feel like Sully's so big and fluffy. He's like a big teddy bear.
they're complete opposites though.
Yeah, they are. I think that was intentional.
Like, I know, but like, I get how they got brought together, because it's like pretty obvious, like, their differences.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also like
Rivalry.
opposites attract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like that's what makes the movie more like interesting, instead of having like,
It does.
like, your average monster that you think of like big, like, silly, and then like with Mike, he's just small, so
Yeah,
you,
I feel like
wouldn't
when I
expect
think of like a monster, I think of like a big scary.
Yeah. Are there
Like I
any?
feel like I would be scared of a monster, but like
So, like,
Sully,
you
I could
just-
just walk up to him and hug him.
Yeah. Like,
He'd be so soft.
it. Yeah, that too.
are there any characters you wish to see more or less of? I feel like it would have been cool to see more of Randall in the second movie.
Yeah, but I think it was because he wasn't banished yet.
No, because that was like.
Because that was the
At first,
prequel.
like they were roommates.
Yeah, and that was like the prequel, so he wasn't even banished yet. So I don't know why we didn't really see him as much.
I'd watch a movie that's from Randall's perspective, like in Monsters University.
That would be
Like
Crazy.
seeing his little villain arc.
Me
Yeah.
personally, I don't even like Randall as a character.
I don't know. I feel like
I
it's
think
very
he just-
villain era.
Yeah, and I love that for him.
He's part of the movies for sure, like a big part, but I wouldn't say he needs to be shown anymore.
Really?
He's definitely like at the bottom of my favorite character list.
I don't know. I definitely don't think he's my favorite character, but to see his perspective
Yeah.
more, I think that's I would enjoy
His
that.
little villain arc, I love that.
I mean, seeing him more in the movies, I wouldn't
Not
really,
like those movies, but giving him his own little.
even if it was like
Like a
little
short?
like
Yeah.
like a 30-minute like just clip. Like, I feel like that'd be fun.
I also feel like if like more monsters like Sully and Mike had like their own little like powers, because like
Like some of the other monsters could like breathe
yeah,
and like change.
because Randall can go invisible and other monsters can like flick their eyes and stuff and like everything.
Yeah. Is there anyone who you would like to see less of? Like.
I think they're all like. I think they did a good job
At balancing that
with the
out.
characters.
I think so too.
I think so.
I
They
think
really like they definitely put a lot of work into it.
in the Monsters Inc., not the Monsters University,
Yeah.
I think they could have focused a little bit less on Boo. Because I feel like the whole movie like revolved around Boo.
At that point,
But,
she
like-
like named Boo.
Well,
Yeah.
even though she was the plot of it, there was so much else
Yeah.
that was happening.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they spaced it out pretty well, but
They did. I think so.
I think there should have been like other kids maybe.
Alright. Also, I want, you know what I want in the movie? I want an ending to what happened to Mike's girlfriend.
Yes.
Me too.
I want their own little love story.
There needs to be more story to that, or at least how it ends.
Did they run off and get married, or?
I don't think that happened, but like I just want like closure.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Maybe there's something. Let's Google it. What's her name? Celia?
Yeah.
We can do another Easter egg while we wait.
Yeah, I'm sure you want the paper. And we finished all the dues.
Okay. Roz. This one's pretty obvious, but Roz has a window or sign. She has a window, obviously. She has a sign in her window saying "My way, the highway." I thought that was kind of funny.
I never noticed that either.
And then, when they redecorate, they put up a sign and it says "Think funny," and Apple's catchphrase was "Think different" at that time, and Steve Jobs was still running both of them, so he put Apple into that movie. And didn't he do that with the cars too?
Yeah. So
That was our last episode. And then on the back of a newspaper, there's an Apple computer at the bottom, and it says "Scare different." So Steve Jobs really found a lot of ways to work in Apple.
So this I just think is funny that it says somehow he pulled her, which is hilarious. But this says they got married before Monsters Inc. So like before he started working there, like they're not dating, they're married apparently.
So after university, they got married.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still think I'd like more on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'd watch like a little short on that.
I don't think anyone would have guessed that.
Yeah, I think they're dating. Why doesn't Mike have a ring? Do better. Why doesn't she have a ring?
Why don't they ever talk?
I don't know. Like, why don't they live together?
I don't
Right.
know.
Like, why do you have a roommate with a whole nother person when you're in marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was just reading these. So in the end, when Sully's trying to signal to Boo to like go to bed, and he puts up the peace sign, they had to make multiple different endings because making the peace sign in America is okay, but if you make the peace sign in England
I've
or
heard about
Australia,
I've heard about this, yeah.
it's like putting up the middle finger. So for people in England or Australia, they had to make a different ending. Because otherwise Sully would have been flipping them off, and that's not good.
No.
And then one more. There's a guy in the gym when Mike and Sully are first learning how to like work out, and he actually drops the bar on himself.
Wow.
And it was actually kind of funny because like Mike and Sully are beginners, and then this guy just drops the bar.
That's crazy. Is there any like details that either of you noticed that weren't maybe Easter eggs, but just like other fun little? Or is there anything that we think could have been more detailed?
What I wanted to see in the movie is like Sully's like family, because they always talked about like his family name, like or Sullivan, like who is his family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would have liked to see that.
Like a little childhood backflash kind of thing?
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Or
to
just
see.
like his parents in the movie or something.
Like they come to visit him at university, 'cause usually parents do that a little bit.
Well, I don't know, his family doesn't seem like that type of family.
I guess, but if they wanted to work them into the movie.
Yeah, that would have been
That
a way to
would've
do it. No. I think I would have liked to see more of the campus for the college. Like, there's not just door building, bottle building, and scaring.
Yeah.
Like, there had to have been other classes.
Yeah. And like, what I want to know is like, what do the monsters do that like don't scare behind doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are their other careers?
Yeah. Along with like what you were saying, even if they didn't like show it all the time, just like one little quick like, even if it's sped up.
Or just like
classes.
a lunchroom.
Yeah.
Or like something else other than these 3 rooms.
Yeah.
And also like, maybe more like friends of them. Like I know they're kind of like outcasted or however you would say it exactly, but it was kind of just Mike and Sully and like Randall, but Randall wasn't even really friends with them.
Yeah.
And then it was like the like jocks, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it. Like
Yeah.
Did they talk to other people? Did they not?
Yeah, they really didn't.
Yeah. I feel like
They just,
they
like,
could have
stuck together.
interacted with other people.
And then when they like went to their little house with all their roommates and stuff, but
to see like a friend group outing or something.
Yeah, like they didn't do like even like if it was just their little fraternity, like going out somewhere. I
Yeah.
think it'd be fun to see. I think the intros to Monsters University was so cute. With like the little kid, but I feel bad that he was so outcasted.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there like almost crying watching this because it was like this little green ball and everyone hated him.
Yeah, that's fair. We hope you had fun watching this episode of Popcorn Perspectives
And stay tuned for our next episode, which will be on the Incredibles movies.
with another fun guest.
Thanks for watching.
Answers.
Hope that was my water bottle.
No. Yeah,
That
that
was
was so bad.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. That's why she acts like this.
I think
Yeah.
that was like there.
body,
I thought it would have
chicken legs with his little
been. Yeah.
body.
I'm nervy. First, a recap of Monsters Inc. Here, the scares must try. The powers. Oh my gosh. Monstropolis. As kids scare, the monsters must try even harder to find new ways to scare them, letting a child into the monster world. As who is Boo's designated.
I need to not see you. I need to get back in together to
Just read slowly.
You comfy?
Yeah. Watching this episode of Popcorn's First. Hope you had fun.
Thanks for watching. Before you say them.
What? Perspective.
Thanks.
A popcorn's perspective.
Popcorn perspectives.
Fun guest.
Thanks
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's my